Hi and welcome back to the UK Ghost Detective channel here on YouTube. I'm Adrian Perkins, author of the Ghost Detective series of books. Now on today's programme, it's a slightly longer programme than usual, and I'll tell you why. We've got it packed with all sorts of things. And we're going to start off with Tess doing a telekinesis experiment with two members of the team. And then we're going to move on to parapsychology with Lewis Della and Tia Della, and we've had a strange shadow appear on some footage when Lewis was doing a solo, recording a solo bit of footage around this cellar complex, and he's going to be analysing that and going over it and trying to replicate it. So that's going to be going on, and then later on we're going to be doing automatic writing but holding pens rather than using a planchette. We'll be holding a pen to do the experiment. I hope you like it. We enjoyed doing this for you, so yeah, sit back and enjoy. I hope you like it.
Today we are going to carry on with an experiment I wanted to try last time we were here, when we had the guests here. I was going to take each one of them and sit them in front of the pendulum and do some work with them, but unfortunately we've run out of time. So today we're going to try it with Mark and hopefully Adrian as well. So right, what I'd like you to do, Mark, is you can either close your eyes for this, or you can just look at the pendulum and just focus on it. So which would you like to do? Look at it, or just close your eyes and envision it in your head?
Yeah, I'll start just looking at it.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to take you through an emotion of sadness first of all. So if you can just concentrate on the pendulum, I'll give you a couple of minutes and just think of something really sad or unhappy that's happened recently or in the past, and we'll see whether we can get some movement going from it. If you have any names or anything that comes into your head, just tell me so I can write them down as we go through it. Okay, I'll give you a couple of minutes, so just concentrate on it and just bring that emotion of sadness through. To just relax a little bit, take that emotion away from yourself, just think about the here and now, what we're doing here today, and once you feel that emotion drained, we'll move on to the next one. So just say when you feel okay. Yeah, okay? Okay. So the next emotion I want to take you through is anger. So something that's got you really worked up this week or in the past, or something that's made you feel angry. And if you just focus your energy onto the pendulum, put all that anger into it, and see what we get. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to go through that emotion with it, okay? Okay? Yeah. So again, drain that angry energy away and just bring yourself back to feeling nice and chilled. And now the next one is happiness. So just concentrate on the pendulum again, think of something really happy, anything that's made you happy this week, or something from nice place you've been to, something that really makes you happy. Put all that happiness into it. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So just bring yourself out of that feeling and just return to how we are now. And,
I don't think it moved. I'm aware though that as soon as you chill down and start thinking, I keep hearing all the it's like all the noises that you don't hear now, all of a sudden just heighten up.
so that's when you can, out of each emotion, feel that.
Yeah. And almost when you're trying to get in, it's almost like you keep getting drawn off, distracted.
Yeah. Did you find out, did you find any names or anything else come to you apart from when you was in those emotions?
No, nothing seemed to come up.
No. Okay.
Only what I was concentrating on.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant.
There was one interesting thing that was going on
Yeah.
in the last break you had
Mm.
between emotions.
Yeah.
There were footsteps just behind you, Tess, in that next room.
Yeah, I did hear something because I
I'm
did.
sure we recorded it because I heard it quite loudly. And
Because
you
I
were-
did sort of look
Yeah,
back to sort of hear what I was. Yeah.
yeah, there was definitely movement in here, well, in that room.
And I also heard something in here as well, a little bit earlier on,
Yeah,
just some kind
Yeah.
of movement. Yeah.
that was
good.
really interesting, thanks. Yeah.
Something through there.
Yes, we're getting movement in here. This is livening it up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and that's run out of battery. Oh, okay.
Okay, the
Yeah,
EMF
that's-
meter's died.
I know it's dying.
It's dying,
Yeah,
right,
dying.
okay, it's dying.
It's wearing down.
Okay.
So still.
It's amazing how you're coming down here, and it could be just a temperature change. It's like your phone drops 20% anyway. And I look at my phone and it's 50%. Then next
Yeah.
minute it's 10%. And you're thinking,
But wasn't the cameras doing a weird thing where the battery was draining, but then it was moving back up again?
Yeah.
Okay, so experiment 2 now with Adrian sitting at the pendulum.
Right.
So the same with what I did with Mark. I don't know whether you want to look at it and concentrate or close your eyes and concentrate through your mind.
Yeah, I'll look at it. I'll look
Yeah,
at it.
you
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at it and
Yeah, I'll look
concentrate.
at it.
Okay then. So I'd like to take you through the first emotion of sadness. So
Okay.
if you concentrate on the pendulum and think of something sad or something in the past that's made you feel unhappy, and just concentrate. And I'll leave you in that emotion for a couple of minutes. See what we get. Okay.
This is really difficult.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time I've actually done this.
I think it is, yeah. Or difficult trying to get yourself into that emotion, or difficult?
Yeah,
with the
difficult because I've got
the emotion?
different emotions. I'm trying to pick the different emotions that are the saddest ones, and I keep switching.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll try. Yeah, I'll keep going. Keep going.
yeah. Take yourself out of the sadness
Okay.
emotion now then, and just come back into the room. And the next one is anger. So if you want to think of something that's made you angry or something from the past, and just put all your energy into the pendulum. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay.
I've got into that one.
Yeah.
I've got into that one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with this experiment, you can go for longer instead of a couple of minutes.
Yeah, probably
I think it probably would
would,
work a bit better
yeah.
if you go into it probably, I don't
Yeah,
know,
because
10, 15 minutes of each emotion.
It can build, I think. Yeah,
yeah.
that was building quite,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just take that emotion away and come back into the room. Be aware of your surroundings and everything. And then the last one, happiness. So something that's made you happy this week or from the past. There must be loads and loads of happy thoughts that go around in your head. So just put all
Some
of that.
weird stuff going around in my head.
Put all of that into the pendulum, and I'll give you a couple of minutes for that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's going to let you go forever then.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good memory. Yeah.
Yeah, good. So yeah.
It's just building to that point
Yeah.
where because of that time, the two minutes, it's sort of you're building to it.
Yeah,
And you think so,
exactly.
you're not
yeah,
quite
and then you're stopping and then having to go.
having
into
to
the
break.
next
Yeah, it's
emotion.
probably about 5-10 minutes. Probably do it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a real strange thing to try to switch those emotions.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah.
I've been on your side. I've done it with people,
Yeah.
and I suddenly realised just how difficult it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially to hold one emotion because it keeps flicking sometimes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it does.
yeah.
And then you see why we sort of end on the happy emotion, because
Yeah.
I don't want to give somebody an angry emotion to end on or a sad emotion to end on, because that's just probably going to ruin their day.
It can really bring you down if you.
Yeah.
That
So-
happy one's quite good.
Yeah, so always end upon a happy emotion.
Yeah, most of my happy emotions are went with the group.
Yeah.
It's just stuff we do.
Good.
Okay.
It didn't really do anything.
It didn't,
at the
I don't
moment.
think.
I think with a bit more time, I think.
Yeah,
for each
because
emotion.
you need to build that emotion.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long is it? How the longest time you've done on this? Through the emotions.
I think it was when we was at Weedon that time.
Yeah.
And I think it was only about 3 or 4 minutes for each one.
Yeah. Because I remember the last chap you did with this emotion test in the art gallery was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's the one we're
Mike.
talking about. Yeah, that's
When
it.
he'd walked away and sat
Yeah.
down and said he's got no emotions whatsoever,
Yeah.
that I was still filming in pendulum and it started to move.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. You find that though, if you concentrate on it or looking at it, it won't do anything. But you just go and carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Come back. It was like the ambulance station with the set up in that little office,
Yes.
and we just like
We ignored it, didn't we?
yeah, shut the door, ignored it, and went back and it drew the little heart with the little heart post-it notes next to it.
Yeah,
next to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I mean, even if you got that and actually tried to draw that heart,
It wouldn't swing.
you
in
could
that.
not do it.
No.
So
it,
how?
it would just draw a swinging of shape, if you like,
Yeah.
and not a
Not
precise.
perfect heart like
No.
that.
No.
So that was
Brilliant.
amazing.
That was interesting.
Okay, so we are looking at some footage from one of our previous investigations, and as myself as a parapsychologist, I have to try and find rational explanations for everything that we come up with. So as part of that, we do have to analyse the footage quite critically, of the footage that's been done by myself or any of the members of the team. This particular bit of footage is a walk around done by myself with the video camera, and at a stage of the walk around, a shadow blocks out the light to my left hand side when I was alone doing a walk around. I did analyse it a little bit at the time. After seeing it for the first time, I couldn't really see a reason why something would block the amount of light in that particular room. So we're just going to have a look at the footage now, myself and Tia, just go through it and see if there's a rational explanation. After that, we'll do another experiment with the camera. We'll do a repeat of the walk around and see if we can replicate that issue. Okay, so we're just watching a walk around done by myself now. We're entering into the more modern part of the building at the moment, and this is basically me with a handheld camera while the rest of the team are in another part of the building. And it's fairly dimly lit. The only light sources that we've got really are from the outside world, where the cellar covers open up to the street. And in a second you'll see me move over towards the left hand side to look out at the big window. Now this window goes into a courtyard with no exit, which is a little bit unusual. And then as I focus on our automatic writing equipment, which is on the floor, we'll see in a minute, that shadow.
There's a noise before it as well.
The noise before we have already established that that is a artificial noise coming from a motion sensor that's down there, so I'm not concerned with that.
Cool.
My concern is that the fact that the shadow itself blocks out the entire left hand side of the shot.
Well, it's clearly in front of the camera, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not like from somewhere else.
But there's nothing I can see in the room going and doing another lap that would give that kind of an effect, unless my hand accidentally goes past the point of view of the lens of the camera. But if you see the direction of it, you'll see the direction where it actually rises up. It's almost...
It's like bottom left to top right rather than...
Yeah, but it's almost like the camera's just done a blink. It's like as
Yeah.
if it's closed, which is not possible on that camera. So that's just it's interesting.
Unless a bird flew past the window.
Well, it could, but then again, because it's a courtyard with such high walls, it's like, well, the bird would have had to have gone down and back up again at a
Yeah.
fairly good rate of climb without knocking itself out on the wall. And then would a bird have created that much of a shadow to have blocked out that much?
And because it was actually in front of you as well.
Again, certainly nothing I saw at the time, but certainly enough to darken the entire screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my re-walk around after looking at the footage that has the shadow in. So I'm starting off on the staircase towards the back room, and then I'm going to make my way into the room where the window is on the left and see if we can recreate that shadow. So I'm going to turn my torch off. That wasn't on in the film. So obviously you can see a shadow from the light behind me that's just come into there, but that is not what we got. So then I do a bit of a lap of the room on the video. You can hear that artificial noise in the background. That's just a sensor going off, so I'm not concerned about that. I then pan to the left to look out the window. Obviously that is an enclosed courtyard you physically can't get to, so I'd know that nothing had blocked out the light from there. and then pan round to where the box and plant check was. I'm going to block the camera lens now. Obviously you can see my hand coming up to it, so it wasn't that. Okay, so moving around, I can't work out where that shadow came from. That's my foot. So if I use my foot, you see that creates a little bit of a shadow, but not enough to block out the light. Because as you can see, that's quite a big window space. Unusual. I wouldn't say it's put me in a paranormal conclusion, but it is unusual. I don't know what would have caused that shadow. Like a glass coffin, remains to be seen. Right, if you walk into the room for me while I'm recording down here, as if I was zoomed in on the planchette, and just try and walk down that window space. See, now I can see your bits of your shadow, but it's broken up by the fact that you're walking, so it doesn't create a blackout.
What about this one?
No, nothing.
It's doing a shadow on this wall, but that was like in the centre of the room before.
Yeah, but this was, I was quite close to zoomed in before, so I mean it had to have been within my vicinity. Now you're in shot just, but you're not blocking the light out. That would have had to have blocked out that entire area. That is a bit odd. I don't know why.
Could it not be? You know when like the sun sometimes just goes like a cloud just passes in front
It
of
does,
the sun?
but we have, like, there's no sun out at the moment.
What was the weather like on the day?
That's, I mean, it was sunny, but it was sort of similar to this. The light didn't look. If you look back on the footage, the light is similar to what it is now. Possibly a tiny bit brighter, but not by much. And obviously, we have seen shadows from that side when we've seen people walking by. You've seen the bottoms of shadows, but again, I can't.
But that's in this
That doesn't.
area.
That won't block out this.
See, I've just seen one now, and someone's walked past up there.
Yeah, and there's no change over here, 'cause it's too far away. It would have had to have come from this side. And there wasn't anybody else this side other than me. And I'm behind the camera.
Could recreate it. Even if you like.
Yeah, but that doesn't do a full blackout, not of the, that black. I mean, look, if I zoom back in to where I was, so I was about there on Zoom.
So that's my shadow moving there. But it wasn't there, it was like here.
And it's like, who the hell was causing the shadows? It was only in it. And I'm behind it.
Yeah. I just don't know.
It's a bit odd. It is a bit odd.
Yeah. So I've just had two bangs behind me, but they sounded like they were on hollow wood as opposed to brick, which is what I'm sitting on. There is wooden doors and there's extraneous noise, which I can also hear, but this was like almost directly behind me. I might just come down the steps actually.
If you're watching this now, we've obviously got a new lady here with us. This is Judy Cooper. Now, Judy's worked with me for many years, and she's kindly come along to help us on this investigation. And Tess was just doing something there. Tess, can you explain just what you were doing?
Yeah, Judy just happened to mention something about people picking up on names here. And as soon as she said names, I just had this instant name come into my head of Graham Miller. And then I could see him. He looked in his 60s, grey hair. But the odd thing was he was wearing a suit. And down here, why would there be a random person or spirit wearing a suit? Now, it just seemed a bit odd because he was just pacing through room to room, just looking around as if he's like looking for something. But I asked him why he's here. He won't tell me a reason why he's here. He's just looking around. And then there might be a bit of a connection with the spirit to Judy. So So I think that I'm not picking up a spirit from the past to do with the building here, but I'm actually picking up a spirit to do with Judy.
Which is, it happens.
Yeah.
It does happen.
Yeah.
It does happen if you get a group of people together.
And especially he's very strong as well.
Mm.
You know, I can feel the presence really strong with him.
I think you'll be seeing a lot more of Judy as well, so catch us later.
Right, today I want to do an experiment which I did mention I was going to do on one of the previous shows, and it's in conjunction with Adrian's EMR experiment. It's a bit of automatic writing, but instead of using the pendulum and the planchette for this one, we've all got a pad and pen. So we're going to go through the EMR experiment, and then we're just going to relax and see what we come up with. It could be pictures, it could be poetry, whatever we feel, we just write down and see what we get from that.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go into the EMR now then, and can you all take a good look around the room and get familiar with where the arches, the doors. Take a good look around. Even notice where the camera tripod is and everything like that, because you will have to remove that in your mind. Okay. Bits and pieces, shelves, whatever. Until you're happy to close your eyes and still visualise it. Okay, are we ready? Okay, we close our eyes. Now we need to be comfortable, as I've said before. It doesn't matter how you sit. Sit however you're comfortable. Just relax into your chair. And now I want you to imagine a circle above your head. And this circle is a relaxation circle. And it's going to slowly drop down onto your head. And as it goes through your body, it leaves you relaxed. So it's coming down now, coming down onto the head. It's going through the face, going through the neck, down into the chest, going down through the stomach, through the hips, through your thighs, down through the knees, through the calves, through the feet, into the floor. Just relax. Now, in your mind, revisualize the room that you were looking at. See the arches, the walls, where the doors were, even where the camera was. Now I want you to empty the room of all the bits and pieces that do not belong. Even the table and the people sitting around you. Remove them. Now in your hand is a pad and a pen. Allow spirit to come to you and guide your hand on the pad. Allow them to write. Going to leave you for a few minutes. spirit to leave. Look at the room. Put the put people and the pieces back into the room. Remember where the table was, where the shelves and the doors were. Come back into the room and open your eyes when you're ready.
Okay. So, who wants to do first with what they've got?
Yeah.
Who'd
Yeah.
like to do first? Do you want to, Adrian?
Uh,
You've got,
yeah. That was quite emotional, to tell you the truth.
was it?
Yeah, at one point I started crying and then just started writing. And I had no idea. Wrote some symbols. I can't really make out what it is.
You show the camera.
I've got 2 pages. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, got that one.
But it got really bad.
That looks like Thomas.
That's out.
Does that say father?
That one
The
says
bottom one does,
yeah.
yeah.
What that is, I don't know.
And then
Stop.
yeah, that's when it got a bit much. But I don't know what send out. I don't know.
Let's have a look at.
Something aren't.
Same feeling with the planchette, with the hand and the arm. Same feeling.
You felt like
Like
you.
electricity going down your arm, and you let it go. You just let it go.
Did you have your eyes closed for
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Eyes closed. And yeah, that was interesting.
Okay, well, I might as well just do mine's a little bit more random. Mine was just things that came into my head at the time, and they were just words, really, no pictures or anything. I got the words hiding, cousin, noisy wheels, night times are cold, thirsty, hungry children, horse, Bernard, and occupied. I don't know what all those words are, but I don't know if you want to see.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yep.
I don't know. Did you want to?
Yes. I found it quite strange because I was hoping that I could do it without coming out with words that I knew or just allowing my arm to move. And eventually did, but I got a feeling that I'd drawn lines all over this paper. Obviously I didn't press hard enough, I just let it go sort of like that. And it obviously hasn't made any sort of impression on the paper.
Probably in the future we do it with charcoal.
Well, yeah, but I've not done it this way before,
Right,
but
okay.
I didn't want to do any of my own Jude inspirational stuff. and I could sort of see these lines. I thought, what are you drawing? And I got some impression, my spirit animal, I thought at one time I was drawing animal legs, and then I'd go back up and then down again, but I just let it do whatever it wanted to do. And I thought, and then every now and then it would take off, and I was going up to the top of the paper. I thought, this is interesting, and we finished. So it was just it was a series of wiggles. But if I had to say anything, I'd say there was an animal involved somewhere. But I've been working with power animals, whether it was my reindeer, I don't know.
Animals involved. You had animals, horses.
But I don't say it was it was a tall horse-like, deer-like animal because of the length of the sort of thin, long legs rather than the stodgy legs, stumpy legs.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I mean, when I do it again, I'll know more what to expect. But I just wanted somehow, somebody, something to move this.
Because none of us have, I mean, I have done this before previously, but none of us have really done it before. So.
Did you have your eyes open when you wrote those words?
Eyes closed all the time.
Monks are called fathers.
Very true.
Father Patrick, Father whatever.
Can't decipher the other stuff.
Father Bernard, I've got the name Bernard.
There you go.
What about you, Tina?
I seem to have a lot of random pictures. I've also got a name and a date, but I was sort of, I don't know, I was so in like a relaxed state that I just sort of let my hand do what it wanted to do.
So you had your eyes closed?
I had my eyes closed the whole time, and I just sort of let my hand do what it wanted to do, but every now and then I was sort of like shocking myself back to being like, where are you? Like, sort yourself out. It was sort of like, I don't know, it wasn't me, and then I was actually moving my hand. You probably will see it actually, a few times I just like shuddered a bit, and I was like, okay, no, get rid of that, and then just be me again, and my hand would be still, but then it would like start doing something again. So I've got the name Catherine Marigold, and a date 1426, and then the rest is just a load of scribbles which I can't really decipher. But at one point I did imagine a tunnel at one point, which I think is what is this whole thing down here, like a really long tunnel, like you can't see.
And
the end of
did
it.
you write this with your eyes closed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Show the
Yes.
camera.
Is Catherine without an E as well?
Yeah. This,
No,
No,
the C
See.
without an E.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what the rest of the pictures are. I just remember imagining a tunnel. I didn't actually get like a person with that name. It just sort of like wrote itself, if that makes sense.
That's interesting, because I was talking to somebody yesterday who's been here, and she came out with the name Catherine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We were just having a random conversation, and I asked her how she felt in here,
Mhm.
and she came out with the name Catherine.
when you were emotional, was that sadness?
Yes. Yes, it was. To the point where it was almost as though they were telling you what to do.
You didn't like it?
It got to the
sad
point,
that
it was
you were in
sad.
that state.
I was in that state. I didn't want to be in that state. And when I started feeling the tears, I thought, no, stop. And it actually wrote it. So yeah, it was strange.
I kind of felt an emotion as well
Yeah.
when I was doing this, but mine was kind of more scared.
That it was happening, or you were writing?
No, not scared of what I'm doing or whatever was doing it. The emotion in here was scared. Like whatever was coming through, like with the hiding, the hungry children, night times are cold and stuff like that. And I know when we was in there, I pictured the beds and candles and things stacked up high. It was as if I was picking up on people's emotions that were here in the past of scared, being scared,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's interesting that you do it. We're doing this to get spirit to come through using our energy, if you like,
Yeah.
and through us. And we're also picking up strongly on emotions that are trapped down here as well.
Where's the nearest prison? Or where was the nearest prison?
About 10 yards in that direction.
So there would be cells
There are
there.
cells through there.
through there.
Yeah, in the building next door. But
You don't think this was at some stage linked with the cells?
yes, they used this
So you both
as a
would have
prison
picked up on-
overflow.
Oh, did they?
Yes, when that was before
That's
they
what you're
built the
picking up
big
on then.
blocks of prisons. When there was a small group of cells, they used this as an overflow.
Well, that fits then, doesn't it?
That's a bit of information. Tess didn't realise this.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, that's
So
okay.
what
I
did
just
you
didn't.
have? You had horrible prison type stuff. didn't you?
Hiding, cousin, I don't know what cousin, and I don't know what noisy wheels is. Whether it was this, could this being a road, I don't know, or whether it means,
Dead people being wheeled out.
yeah,
There would have been horse and cart back then, so if it
Yeah.
had been
yeah,
along
cart,
that some time.
Ah,
wheels,
perhaps that's my horse then.
Cobblestone.
Horse as well.
yeah, nightmare, night times are cold, thirsty, hungry children, horse, Bernard and occupied.
Well, if you were down here at night, you'd know it, and the temperature
Yeah.
would.
Yeah. Was there anything moving around us? Did you see anything moving?
No, I had a noise kick off behind us, which I went and investigated, and they've got a water meter which was going like.
Oh, the water tap. Yes, we heard that.
Okay.
So that was that tapping. There was a couple of occasions where you'll see a shadow that goes across Tia's left arm, which I realised to be me, because I can do that with
Of course, you got a light behind you.
blocking the light out. So if you see that come up, then that was, I know that was me.
Okay.
But no, nothing else untoward. Didn't see any unusual motion with the candle in the middle. No, so it all seemed fair. The strongest thing that I was noticed was your reaction towards the end of it, where it seemed to get the better of you. And your writing style seemed to get more aggressive.
Yeah, I could hear, and it sounds weird, but I could hear your emotion.
Yeah.
And
It was
I could-
almost like you were like, oh, write this down now.
Yeah, I could hear
It
you
was
like,
It was almost like a frustrated writing.
yeah.
I often wonder why it is that we do a relaxation. Every time we do this, we're down here, we do it time and time again. Relaxation, EMR. Afterwards, I'm like a battery that's been plugged in. I just can't, it's just, someone's plugged me into the mains. And I'm like that for the rest of the time.
That's good, isn't it?
It is, I think, I hope.
Providing the information that you had is information that you wanted, and the attention that you're getting is the attention that you wanted.
That wasn't.
No, that's
No,
my point. So
that
that's
was
not going to put you on a positive, is it?
That was it's sad.
Are you allowed to say whether the history people have recognised that this was a monastery or a similar religious place? And have they been able to find out yet, or was we yet to find out, what happened when that disintegrated? Then there might well be a gap then between, you said cells were next door in prison, and you said this was an overflow. So that seems to me like a big hole gap in history that
Okay.
could be filled.
The answer to your first question, what was this used for? At the moment, it's a lot of people's guesswork from
So
what
there's
they've.
no actual history
No.
being unearthed
We
as to
need.
what happened when the
No,
monks
we
left.
need to take our theories and prove them with records from Records
Yes.
Office.
But that hasn't been done yet.
No, it hasn't been done. That's being done at the moment. We're going through the records.
But this could well
find out.
fit.
Yeah, that could well fit with the early years. When you're talking about, when I said about the overflow prison, that is some, so you say that's 300 years from
But
when
it's,
it
it's
was.
still being used as partly imprisoning people
Yes,
at some stage, possibly.
because at one point everything was, people were being imprisoned in the castle
Right.
in the early times,
Yeah.
when this was,
Sorry,
when this was possibly,
checking something, sorry.
when this was possibly ecclesiastical building, the castle would be standing, and it would be there where the prisons are held. Then this became something else. When the prison was built next door, this was a pub.
So, assuming
There was a
when the
pub above
prison
it.
was built, this was still a building.
Yeah, they put a building. There was a building above, which was a pub. So they built the new brickwork in here, filled in some of the walls, and made it into a pub cellar.
Hmm.
But it's, like I say, there's a lot of hearsay and there's a lot of guesswork, and we need to nail it down to fact, which is
If
what's going to
somebody's
take time.
Written the fact down somewhere.
And it's, yeah, the thing is, people are coming out with names all the time. People are, like this experiment, people are writing names down and bits and pieces. We won't know until if they're relevant, until the latter part of this investigation, when all the history starts to come together and all the people within it come together. Then we can say, hang on a minute, that was written down. Then it makes sense. But we won't know until later. Well, I hope you enjoyed that programme. I mean, we enjoyed putting it together for you. And there's a new thing we're going to start doing on the next programme. We're going to be answering your questions. Okay, so if you have a question you want to ask a member of the team or the group in a whole, or the suggestion of something you would like us to experiment with, okay, then ask away. Put it in the comments. Put a question down there. And if the question's good enough, we'll get the team member involved in it to actually answer your question on the next show. So, you know, don't just sit there watching the programme thinking this isn't, you know, we can't get involved. You can get involved. We want you to get involved. We're here for another year, 18 months or so. So come on, get involved. This is for you as well. See you next time. Bye.